So this is another Disney Bruckheimer combo. It's based off of a video game directed by Mike Newell. Stars Jake Gyllenhaal as a street urchin who can befuddle the king's armed guards with acrobats. So the king decides to make him his adopted son, making him the Prince of Persia. He joins up with his two brothers. In the future, they're being sent on some invasion, and along the way they stop at this holy city and decide that the Ben Kingsley, who plays their uncle, convinces them that they need to invade this holy land because they're building weaponry for the country they're about to go attack. So they make a side stop to attack the city, and he comes across a magical dagger there, which allows him to turn back time about a minute. So then it just becomes everybody wants the dagger, so everyone chases Jake Gyllenhaal across the entire Persian desert and back again. And it's one of those really fun, very much like Pirates, just a bunch of little action sequences, really annoying female lead that just cannot stop whining, but at some point in time he falls in love with her. But yeah, it was surprisingly good. I mean, I liked the first Pirates, hated the next two, but this one I was like, okay. After National Treasure 2 and the Pirate sequels, I was like, no, I'm not going to watch this. But I did, and I was actually very surprised by it. I like the acrobats, the parkour or whatever it is.
Yeah, city jumping stuff.
Yeah, it's very in right now, and they just threw a whole lot of that into it. And Jake Gyllenhaal isn't terrible. I mean, he can play a good, handsome lead, and it was, I mean, I was actually interested in the plot. I mean, I played the video games, so I was slightly offended that they weren't very accurate, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, usually.
But it was a good blockbuster. You sit down, you enjoy it. Good. I gave it a C+. That's what. You rent it, you enjoy it once, it's gone for the rest of your life. But but at least you can tolerate for 2.5 hours ish.
2 hours, about 2 hours even. Yeah. I gave it a C-, and I thought that it was very digestible. It's exactly, it knows exactly what it is. And my problem with it is I think it's talking down to the audience a little bit. It's almost zero characterization throughout the whole thing. The most well-developed character is the one played by Alfred Molina, he's kind of this thief, smuggler guy who kind of helps him along. He's sort of basically the Han Solo of the story. And he's the most interesting character, and he has a lot of fun, like, one-liners and stuff like that. But the Jake Gyllenhaal character and everybody else are basically just playing archetypes. They really don't have a lot of characterization as far as what they do. And the dialogue is almost completely expository. There's very little, anything other than explaining what's going on. And I know I sound like a broken record because I always complained about overuse of exposition, but the secret in their eyes, and this movie could be more different as far as its uses of exposition. Like, I don't know what happened in LA film school when all of these scriptwriters are taking classes, and there's just being in creative writing in ISU, you're told less is more when it comes to exposition, and you want to show, not tell. And then somewhere along the line, they just come through that out the window with these kinds of movies. But I thought it's a decent amount of fun if you think about the target demographic, which is 8-year-olds to 13-year-old boys. They're going to be fine with it. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to have a decent time. I did think I was a little disappointed in Newell's use in special effects, though. There's, he tries to do like the thing like with the video game where they slow it down, almost like a bullet time-ish sort of effect. And he doesn't really pull it off so well. It kind of looked like my DVD player was having problems. Like, it's a little choppy. It's not the best I've ever seen that. And some of the CG is a little, like, not as refined as I've seen it before. Maybe I'm getting spoiled as far as CG goes.
Yeah, it's got that Clash of the Titans obviousness to it.
Yeah, there were some parts where you could totally see that there were just sets with a backdrop, a green screen backdrop and stuff like that. So I thought it was a little better than Clash of the Titans, but not as good as, say, like the first Mummy or the first Pirates of the Caribbean or even other Bruckheimer movies like that. So I gave it a C-. But I think if you're a kid, if you're a young boy, you'll probably like it enough. It's a good electronic babysitter.
Oh yeah, there you go. All right.
So.